It's the Man Cave Club.
So we're talking about
Anyways.
vests. Yeah, vests.
Well, welcome to 2024, brother.
yeah. We made it.
Yes.
We made it through the holidays. We're back in the Man Cave Club.
Back in the Man Cave
I'm
Club.
excited to talk about vests today.
Yes.
Vests.
Vestises.
Vestises.
Well, what are you wearing there?
This is the Wiesmade James vest. They do the women's. They call it the Jamie. This is the James. Came out at the end of last year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when Nick dropped that off.
Yeah, and he talked about it. We kind of gave that little teaser in the video, the interview that I did with him.
Right.
And man, it's hard to not wear this thing all the time. Like it's a versatile piece, very comfortable.
I have the gray version of that.
The solid gray. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen you post that on your Instagram.
Yeah,
and
but I like the two-tone vest. I'm a little jealous that you got the two-tone.
it's cool. The two-tone's cool. It's like, yeah, it's a little more. I don't know. It's a little more elevated, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
It is their, their 12-ounce duck canvas. Mountain Vernon Mills does this for them. And it's the same thing that like the Archer jacket's made out of.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's comfortable. It breaks in nicely, but it's thick and it's warm on its own. But then this one is extra warm because it's lined, 100% wool lining from American Wool and Mills, which makes it like with this, thick cotton sweater, like it's really warm.
Right.
I really haven't, before this, hadn't embraced vests like on a daily basis. It's like a normal staple of my wardrobe.
Yeah.
I only had one vest prior to this, and I only wore that vest hunting. And if I wore it casually, it was because I just went out to lunch after hunting and hadn't changed yet. So I'd have it on. Otherwise, it was more of like a utility thing for me.
Right.
But this piece,
Right. I mean, essentially that's what a vest is. It's very utilitarian.
Yeah.
But I feel like right now, in this moment, vests are trending big time.
Yeah.
The choices are abundant. Right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, in this space, I mean, I think back, in the not so distant future, like I really only remember seeing like leather vests or like the puffy like Patagonia vests, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
If someone had like a vest like that, it's because they literally cut the sleeves
Right.
off of a jacket.
Exactly.
They didn't, like that's the vest. That was the vest. And
Yes.
because it got torn up and whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
and
like
it's like now, like for instance, Ironheart, they make great denim jackets, right?
Yeah.
But they also make great denim vests. And at Ironheart, you could pretty much buy a denim vest in any material
Yeah.
that they make their jackets in,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're over-dyed, they're
Yeah.
raw denim,
It makes sense. I mean, it's essentially the same pattern. You just cut the sleeves off for the
Well,
most
yeah.
part. Well, we know Nick did a little changes, added these pockets, the vertical pockets, but for the most part, as he explained to us, this is pretty much the Archer jacket's like body. With some minor
Right.
changes and
Well, that's it is, but it isn't, right?
Right,
There's,
yeah.
There is definitely some modifications to that. It's hard to convey in a video how really nicely done this vest is. It really is with the lining. And the lining is like didn't he say it was like a? Did he say it was like a cashmere or like a flannel?
it's 100% wool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it has a really soft hand. It's not a scratchy wool. It's a really
Yeah,
it's a really soft wool.
It's almost like a Pendleton,
Yeah.
like one of their higher end.
It
Pendleton
feels
wool
like a
shirts.
blend. It feels like a wool blend, but it's
Okay.
not. I mean, it's American Wool and Mills, 100% wool.
Wow.
This is their raw denim. It's got the cool Western yoke. My favorite feature, surprise, surprise, hand warmer pockets. They're wool lined
Yeah.
on the back of your hand, so the front of the
Right.
pocket the inside, like this part going in is the canvas, but the back of your hand is on that wool.
Yeah.
That soft kind of, cashmere feeling wool liner, and it's so nice, man.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and that design is proof that you can have flap pockets, utility pockets, and hand warmer pockets. Because you remember we had the discussion in our chore jacket episode.
Yeah.
But that's proof right there. Like if Nick from Wiesmade, if he ever does a chore jacket, right there,
you throw that in, and it's no bulkier, I don't think. I mean, it really doesn't feel like it adds any.
It's nicely done.
Yeah, yeah. I use them both, man. I mean, you need to.
I mean, I would say the only thing that he could probably have added was, well, there is some added stitching there at that stress point of the pocket, but he could have put a little rivet there, but.
Something, yeah, and that's something that we can, I put a lot of time in this thing already, and as that goes, and so that's the feedback he's looking for, right? That what you just grabbed right there, that little red, white, and blue stitch, for the reinforcements, like I think such a cool little detail. Just that's a simple nod to where this vest is made, and it doubles as a little reinforcement there.
It's red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
the American flag, right? Just the 3 stitches, very subtle. It's very nicely done.
This thing's aging in nicely, man. It's got a nice little kind of curl here down at the bottom, and
like that curl, huh?
Yeah, I like it. I've been cause I don't usually button that bottom one, so kind of just as I sit down. Surprised the denim hasn't faded a little more. Or one of my early concerns was, if it rains, is the indigo, is the dye gonna like bleed down or something? I've had. Yeah. When I posted it to like Discord, a couple of people had expressed that concern, but it hasn't been an issue. It's not it's not that heavily like it's not crawling.
It's not like over dyed or something.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
So I mean it's I haven't washed it yet, but I've done a lot of work in it.
I'm loving mine too. Just for this type of weather. It gets chilly in the late afternoon. It's nice to have a vest to throw on over a sweatshirt or sweater or something.
Yeah, you don't get too warm, man. Keep your arms mobile, and it's good.
Yeah.
Is that one lined? The one you're wearing? No.
This is unlined. This is unlined raw denim from Eat Dust.
Eat Dust.
Yeah, and I've had my eye on this vest for a couple of years. I liked the Eat Dust lined, or I think you looked it up. It was a Belgian company. Company.
I had never heard of them till you said that.
Yeah, it's been on my radar for a few years. I bought a nice jacket liner from Butterscotch LB. It's nice when I'm on the motorcycle underneath like a leather jacket. So it's just an extra layer. Yeah, but I always liked the Eat Dust styling. Yeah, it's retro. It's kind of it's just a cool look. And Hepcat store in Sweden, they were running a holiday sale. Okay. So I got this at a discount. I bought this and also bought the Eat Dust belt. Yeah. With the skull belt buckle.
Yeah, they seem like they definitely nail the like kind of biker aesthetic motorcycle.
Yeah.
But like in the heritage side,
To me, it looks like maybe something out of the 70s.
No hand warmer pockets, definitely vintage there.
Yeah, no hand warmer pockets.
Unlined.
But it's a good, it's just a good layering piece. Yeah. Styling and design, it's just cool. The details, the buttons.
They all say Eat Dust.
Have the Eat Dust logo, one for the road.
There's a certain like kind of like vibe and like aesthetic to that piece.
Yeah.
That is reminiscent to me of that hen's teeth tour coat. And I don't know if it's just like the way Europeans view the like heritage wear, but it like
it's like an interpretation, a European interpretation of the Americana, vintage Americana.
Yeah, much like the Japanese has a similar aesthetic in their view of that too.
Yeah,
and that it's cool, and I don't. That's not a bad thing, and I think that's a strength because it's distinctive and it's different than the Japanese take.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think the Japanese do a much better job copying the original pieces,
for sure,
in a very detailed manner.
Yep.
Where not that the Europeans can't copy.
Yeah, they
I
choose
think
not to.
I think they just have it's something to do with the culture and the aesthetic and the mindset where the Europeans are like, well, we don't want to copy it exactly. We're going to put our own spin on it.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
And it's like, I think it's an issue of like maybe free will or
Just expressing their artistic abilities, maybe even in their interpretation.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
I don't, like you said, I mean, if they can make that, they can make a direct copy. They have the skills to do that, but they're choosing to express their vision and kind of fit that line. And I think it's really cool, man. It's because it's different, it's unique. Like that and I keep referencing that hen's teeth short coat. But that thing is so special and so different.
Yeah.
And same with that. I mean, the first thing that jumped out to me is the stitching on those breast pockets. It's just cool. Different.
Yeah.
Different enough.
It's
but
the, what do they call the cross? I want to say
Iron Cross.
the Iron Cross.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of one of the bars.
Knights
kinda.
of Templar or so.
Yeah,
or something
Templar
like.
cross, kind of. Yeah. You know, as an artist myself, you know, the funniest things like will inspire me, and I'll tuck those things away, and they come out at a later time. Oh yeah, the little detail I saw here, or there, or what, and the weirdest thing is kind of stick with you and come out. So I like being able to see that like in a piece, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, cool, man.
That's a great one. You want to move on to the next vest?
Let's do it, man. Let's change.
We're back with a couple of new vests here.
A little outfit change. What do you got there, Paul?
Well, this is the Duluth Trading Company, the 40 grit vest. Unfortunately, they don't make this exact vest anymore.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a really cool kind of a cotton canvas vest, and it's lined. It has some quilted lining,
nice.
and small interior pocket. It's a nice price point. This was like sub $100.
Yeah.
I like the fit. It's just a nice fitting work vest.
Yeah, I like the kind of open top short coat style, high pockets, and it's got a good angle, big hand warmer pockets. That's good. I always remember Duluth's. They used to have some funny commercials back in the day. They're like, I don't know, it's their underwear, their pants, or something. They had funny ones. Their marketing always kind of stuck with me.
Right.
They've been around for a long time, and they make like quality, like, you know. I mean, I think
outdoor gear.
Yeah, I think they kind of try to rival Carhartt a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of in that same space, and
Right.
but like aesthetically, totally different vibe than Carhartt, I'd say. But it looks like a good one. How long would you say you've had that vest?
I've had this vest for maybe 5 years.
Okay. It's held up well. I mean,
Yeah.
looks like it's quality. It's really held up, man, for that thing being 5 years.
Yeah, Duluth Trading Company.
Bang for your buck, man. Nothing
Right.
wrong with that. Usually we're not talking about stuff at that price point, you know, so it's
Right.
good
I
to
just
see
thought
some.
I'd bring it out because it's one of my favorite pieces at a lower price point. So what are you wearing, Jimmy?
Well, this is on the flip side of that, high price point and not one of my favorite pieces. This is my first vest. This is the Kinsman vest from Tom Buckbe. They're a company out of Alabama, USA based, outdoor lifestyle, hunting,
fishing,
southern
gear.
Totally, kind of that vibe. And so I bought this vest to hunt. I go like upland bird hunting, pheasant hunting, chukar, quail, stuff like that. And so this is the vest I bought for that. And I was hoping at the time it'd be a little bit warmer, a little more kind of substantial. It's a waxed cotton outer shell, so wax will help with the those wet, damp mornings this time of year. The wax helps with the water repellency, it helps insulate against the wind too.
Yeah.
But it's only like 6 ounces, and there's a really thin lining to it. It's not it just has like a thin cotton lining. There's no batting in between, so no insulation to speak of. But it's a utility piece. It's got big pockets from shells. It has big hand warmer pockets, and it has these high pockets. Which the high pockets are nice if you got shotgun over your shoulder, help hold your shotgun in there, and when you're walking, safely with it,
right?
Stuff like that. And it's comfy. I don't the things I don't like about it. I don't like the fit. It's really wide down low. They call it kind of a classic fit. And it's a little too boxy down low.
Yeah.
The cinches are too high. It does come with the cinch, but the cinch is way high. The cinch is not the belt. The cinch is like 10 inches up from the belt. So I had to like kind of fold and pin it a little bit to make it so I could even wear it. Because I usually always layer this thing with like my thickest like hoodie and then another base layer underneath. Depends how cold the morning is.
By looking at it, the styling is very reminiscent of like a British style hunting jacket.
Yeah, Barber or something like that.
Yeah, they have with the high pockets.
Yep.
They are a little poofy or plumy, designed to go over the top, and basically just a layer to keep the rain off you.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you go inside, you shake the rain off it.
Yeah, and you hang it up. Yeah, I kind of look at this thing as just it's a vehicle for pockets. Like I don't put it on for anything other than having pockets outside my sweatshirt to put stuff in, you know. And I think like looking at it kind of in that like with that mindset, you know, it's a useful piece that I still wear. If I'm not just wearing like a game vest that just is straight up just like a webbing vest with pockets attached to it, basically. You know, on the warmer days. But yeah, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, pheasant hunting that's a cultural thing in Great Britain. So that's upland hunting, fox hunting. Like those guys are out there wearing suits and stuff. If they're not just more modern like this.
You're out walking on the moors.
The other thing I don't like is the zipper layout. So it's a nice zipper. It's a two-way zip, but because it starts so much higher than the bottom of the piece, it's like I want to hold on to the bottom of the jacket to pull down on the zipper.
Sure, yeah.
But I can't because the zipper's way up here.
That's
so
odd,
it's a weird thing to like get started. Like I haven't figured out like because you're pulling up, and then the zipper in your right hand just starts to go up without anything in it because you're trying to hold tension back. It's really weird. No idea why they did that. I hope they change that in future generations of this. Because it's really annoying.
Or if they had like just a tab.
A little tab to hold on to.
Down.
Yeah. It's super hard to get the zipper started. I don't know if I'm just an idiot or what. It's tough, man. But it's nice. It's got the double flap. It's got the button flap, you know, and there's two small interior pockets. I usually, you know, like throw my paperwork or license in that one, you know.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a cool vest, man. This thing serves a purpose for me. I don't wear it casually, like I said, unless like I'm, you know, forget to take it off, or going out to lunch or something afterwards.
Yeah. Everybody should have at least one piece in their wardrobe that they wear for a specific reason, for specific use.
Yeah, it's a tool. This is a tool.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next vest.
Okay, let's do it. All right. Well, I'm wearing a t-shirt now. I took my sweater off because this thing is 21 ounces and it's like a jacket by itself.
Awesome. 21 ounce Ironheart.
This is Ironheart. Yeah. This is their indigo with the black over dye. And man, 21 ounces is, you know, it's typical Ironheart fashion, heavyweight denim. It's just it's a solid piece, man. It's you know, they're stiff when they start out, but once that thick Japanese denim breaks in, like it's really comfy. It's warm.
Yeah.
It's like nothing penetrates it.
Ironheart is the GOAT.
Yeah, there we go for a reason, man. And I think if, you know, it's one of those pieces where people would feel it and be like, man, that's like, when it was new at least, right? Like, that looks uncomfortable. Like, well, how could you wear this, right? And it's like, you know, for the love of the game, right? Yeah. We put time into pieces like this to break them in, to fade them. And,
right. Well, without sleeves, it's basically their denim jacket.
Yeah.
Without sleeves, they're type 3.
Yeah.
Style.
Type 3 style. Yeah.
With modified, right? Because it's a little longer with the hand warmer pockets. But without sleeves, makes it a little more comfortable to wear.
Way more manageable. Yeah, it feels like a bulletproof vest, man. It's like an exoskeleton for my core.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a hyperbole, but you know, you get
absolutely,
you get the
absolutely,
idea.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely heavy duty. You know, it's a Levi's copy, basically.
Yeah.
Ironheart, but with superior fabric, superior hardware, superior manufacturing.
Yeah.
Better than any Levi's jacket
Absolutely.
that ever was. Probably.
Like what we were saying earlier in this episode, man. The Japanese, they take the classic American designs and they just make them, you know, better than we ever could have made them in the first place.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, attention to detail and quality.
Yeah, for sure. And it really comes, I mean, so much of the quality just comes from the feel of the fabric itself. And that's where Ironheart like always shines, man. Their fabric is just, you know, it's the fabric makes the whole piece. You know, you could have the best patterned anything. I mean, I guess they go hand in hand because you could have a crappy pattern and good fabric and it wouldn't be a nice piece. But really, I don't know. Ironheart's, I think because their designs, we're used to seeing like Levi's Type 3, stuff like that, that the differentiator for me when I was getting into it, feeling Ironheart pieces was like the quality and the heaviness, the thickness of the fabric was what stuck out to me first. And then once I got deeper into it, the nuance of the design and the pattern and the fit was like, okay, like I see how that adds to it. And then I kind of understood that more. Sure. But from just like first touch, first feel, the fabric is like what is this? It's crazy, you know, like just life altering, right? So.
Yeah, I just looked that vest up on Self-Edge site. It's at a $400 price point.
Sure, yeah.
For a vest.
Nothing's cheap from Ironheart.
Yeah, I mean, you get what you pay for, I guess. That's a pretty high price point for a denim vest, but if you want the best, it's probably one of the best denim vests, or if not the best denim vest on the market, I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For unlined, just a straight denim vest, yeah. I don't know if you could do better.
Right.
So that piece you're wearing, that's definitely a little bit different. That is.
Yeah. This is the Rogue Territory waxed canvas vest that I picked up last year. I was up in Vancouver. I stopped at this little store.
Denim.
Little denim shop there in downtown Vancouver. Anyways, I got it on sale. It's the Rogue Territory supply jacket.
I was gonna say,
sleeves cut off.
Looks like the supply jacket.
Right.
It's got the supply jacket pockets.
Yeah. Made in LA, you know.
I like the color of that lining.
Green. It has this nice cotton lining.
Yeah, it's like that kind of almost like a cotton sateen. It's got a cool look to it, man.
Yeah, nicely done. You know.
You have their supply jacket too, right? Rogue Territory.
Yeah.
Don't you have one? Yeah, we talked about that before.
Yeah, I love their supply jacket.
I haven't had anything from them, but like that pattern, that pocket pattern is very much like theirs, you know.
I'm surprised you don't own any Rogue Territory.
Yeah, maybe eventually. I think I would own.
I think it would fit you well.
Yeah,
because they're slim.
Sure.
You know, they're that's what one of the best things about Rogue Territory is the fit and the styling. Carl really has it dialed in. I think.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about them the best.
I'm a big fan in general of wax canvas. When it's a heavier weight fabric and it's wax, like when it folds and bends with you, it's more so in the sleeves. I find that you don't feel like any like kind of like poking. It's like a softer roll to the fabric because the wax kind of I think helps soften it, breaks it up, makes it like a more rounded fold than like kind of sharp points. I like the way it always feels. But
I would have to agree with you on that. But this is kind of cool. I mean, it's a supply jacket, but you know, it has the tab collar. So you know, the sleeves and the collar are cut off technically. Yeah. So this is a great layering piece underneath like a leather jacket.
Okay.
Like when I'm on the motorcycle, I'll sometimes I'll just roll this up and bring this with me.
Cool.
In my bag. And like in the evening, if I'm riding home in the evening, it's just an extra layer. I can put this on under and then put the leather jacket over the top with the tab collar because it doesn't have a collar, right?
Right.
So, you know, it's tucks in really nicely.
Not bulky and not so bulky it's gonna make the leather jacket unwearable.
Right. Exactly.
I think that's where the vest shine as a layering because you're not adding any any volume to your sleeves, to your arms.
Exactly.
Right? Because that's like, you can't really necessarily wear a jacket or a jacket under a jacket. In some cases, maybe, right?
Yeah.
But as a layering garment, the vest, like, in general is nice for that. You know, I find in most pieces, unless they're sized, you know, too tightly, you usually have a lot more room in the body to add fabric than you do in the arms. The arms get, especially on a motorcycle, your posture.
You want to be more aerodynamic. So, yeah, I mean, unless you size up in the jacket specifically for layering underneath, it's kind of hard to get, you know, like even like a heavy sweatshirt under a jacket. So a vest is perfect option.
Yeah.
Sweet,
man. Well, hopefully we've given the audience some food for thought as far as vests go. Maybe shown them some pieces they haven't seen or heard of before.
Yeah, this is the season for vests, for layering, and so we just, you know, hope you guys enjoy our collection. Just gives you some idea of what's out there. I mean, like we said earlier, vests are very trendy now, and there's hundreds of choices out there. This is just sort of our top choice.
Taste. You don't have to settle for a puffy Patagonia vest. There's a lot more out there.
Right. Yeah, well, thanks for joining us, guys, again here in the Man Cave Club. 2024, new season starting.
That's it.
Jimmy and Paul talking about it all
right here on the Man Cave Club. I got a joke for you. What do you call an alligator that likes to wear vests when no one else is around?
I have no idea.
A private investigator. That's funny.
It's the Man Cave